English welterweight champion Adnan Amar.
Yeah, straight in, boy.
Just like that. Welcome to the Banging Sports Show. You're live on there. How are you going, sir? It's Lonyo speaking.
I'm great, thanks, Lonyo. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
No,
welcome.
It's our pleasure to have you on the show. Big shout out to Samara C, our boxing correspondent, who has again outdone herself and managed to hook this up. What are you doing today anyway? You relaxing or?
Yeah, just relaxing. I've been listening to the show for the last hour and a half.
Excellent.
Yeah?
Yeah. Who's the LFC fan, by the way?
Me.
Respect, that's right, man.
You're a Liverpool fan?
Of course, man.
Love that.
These Liverpool fans, boy. They're living in hope. They're living in hope.
What do you mean living in hope?
All of you lot living in hope.
Let's talk. Adnan, Jay Flavor here. Adnan, welcome to the show.
Thanks, mate.
How do you feel Liverpool season's going so far?
It's a good start. It's better than,
Yeah, you
what
see,
we used to, you know what I mean?
there's a bit of hesitation in there. So really, it shows that you're just kind of hiding the fact that you a bit worried it could not go to plan.
No. Listen, at the end of the day, Mo, we're high in the league, and we haven't got Stevie G back to full fitness, and we're doing well. So why would you win it? Yeah.
Let's see how the season pans out.
Fair enough.
Definitely.
It's still early doors, isn't it? So.
Fair enough. All right, Adnan. Obviously, you're a boxer, English welterweight champion.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. And from the research that I've done, we've been looking at, getting a few bits and pieces of info around you and your career and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And you had a few fights, or a couple of fights scheduled,
Yeah.
and unfortunately they kind of fell through. And then what I'm looking at is Frankie Gavin you were supposed to have a fight against, was it?
Yeah, there's been
And
a few.
Colin Lines.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Frankie Gavin, the amateur star who signed with Frank Warren, and he's unbeaten at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And, he's fighting at welterweight. He's campaigning at welterweight. He's not really a welterweight, but he's one that unfortunately pulled out. And basically, these are some of the fighters that the British Boxing Board of Control have put on me.
Yeah.
They say you have to defend against this guy. You're the champion, so you have to fight this guy. So I'm the one that's I'm there willing to defend, but they're pulling out of fights. So there was another guy called Colin Lyons.
Exactly, yeah, Colin Lyons.
He pulled out as well. A few of the lads, Matthew Hatton, originally I was supposed to fight for the vacant English title against Matthew Hatton, and he chose a different route, and obviously he's got his big brothers behind him, so things are different.
Why do you think it is that they've pulled out? I mean, do you think it's the videos they've seen of you that's caused them to think, we're going to go a different way?
It could be a number of things. It could be my fighting style. It's the gym that I'm associated with. I'm with the Ingle camp. And if you look at my style, there's a big resemblance with Errol Bomber Graham.
Yes, I remember. He's the Sheffield dad, wasn't he?
Sheffield, yeah. There's Nassim Ahmed as well. I mean, there's a lot of junior hitter, Kel Brook. So that could be a factor. Also, my record speaks for itself as well. I've had 25, 124. So there's a lot of things, and I'm one of the guys that people will rather avoid fighting. I mean, sometimes in boxing, it's not who you fight, it's who you don't fight.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations. But I'm still positive, and I train as if I am fighting. I train constantly throughout the year, whether I'm fighting or not, whether there's nothing on the horizon or not. I still train like I'm fighting.
Excellent, good.
So just make sure I'm prepared and ready for anything.
Well done. Saying that, actually now, you excuse me a moment there. I saw on YouTube sparring with Kel Brook, and you mentioned Kel Brook earlier.
Yeah.
And you look quite comfortable in there. I know it's just a sparring session, but I mean, you look quite comfortable there. I see you bobbing and weaving, getting a few digs in there. What was that like for you?
Me and Kel were stable mates, train and spar together every day. What it is with Kel, he's a phenomenal talent, and he's got power in both hands, and he can punch from different angles, and he's a very helpful puncher, very heavy-handed, so it's very, very important for you to be switched on for starters against him, and then also to be extra tricky. You can't stand there with a puncher and try and have it out with him.
And trade, toe to toe.
You've got to adapt a different approach to it. So that's what I try to do when I spar with Kel. I try to take control of certain things. Stand off a little bit to see what he's got. So that's what I do.
Yeah, I mean the fact that those obviously against Frankie Gavin and Colin Lyons, the fact that those fights, you kind of missed out, so to speak, on those fights. Do you think that kind of hurt your profile would you have been further on, do you think, in the public eye if you had those fights?
The thing with boxing, it's a funny sport, with the politics and everything. I wouldn't say it was as much the fighters that pull out, it's the people that they managed by and promoted by that, sort of steer their career in a certain direction and pick their fights and all that kind of thing. So I wouldn't say it's damaged my profile or it's done me any harm, but that's the thing with boxing. It's a funny sport. You could be out inactive for a year and then all of a sudden have one fight. Then another fight come up, you take your chance, and then you could be like there was a kid called Danny McIntosh who was a super middleweight in our gym. He was English champion like me. He got a chance to fight for a European title, and he took it. He was losing the fight, and he knocked the guy out in the last round, and he became European champion. So that's a big leap. Do you know what I mean? So boxing is kind of sport where things can change just like that instantly in one fight. So.
Yeah, it's funny because we had Robert Lloyd Taylor on last week.
Exactly,
obviously, he won the fight, and he's been slightly inactive, let's say, for about 5 or 6 years, and now he's going to get his chance. Rob's a bit older. I think Rob's 30. You're at 28.
28.
Do you think time's running out, or are you happy with the progress, or what
it is, I'm starting to I feel like I'm starting to get into my
peak
now. And also, like, for the last 10 years of being a professional, I've never ever abused my body in a way. I've never had a hard fight where, I've come out with cuts, bruises, anything like that. So I've had, I mean, for me, age isn't a factor, to be honest with you.
Good.
Yeah, good.
And you obviously, like I said, like we were saying, there were a couple of fights you missed out. What about fights against Curtis Woodhouse or Craig Watson? Do you think any of those could come up in the near future?
All right, okay. So my next fight is scheduled for the 8th of October on the undercard of Kell Brook.
Yeah.
That's on. Yeah. So that's 2 weeks. And
where's that going to be, Adnan?
That's going to be Sheffield Pons Forge Arena.
Is that going to be shown on Sky by any chance?
Yeah, sorry, it's a Sky Sports show.
Yeah, okay.
8th of October.
8th of October, it'll be live on Sky Sports.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
But after that, I'm scheduled to defend my English title in Blackpool on a Channel 5, on a Tyson Fury undercard.
Okay.
In Blackpool, yeah. So that'll be live on Channel 5 against a guy called Chris Johnson from Bolton.
Right.
So that's one I'm really looking forward to.
How's your training been going so far?
It's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I've been main sparring partner for Kell Brook for his big title fight.
Okay.
Training's gone fantastic.
Brilliant. Yeah. So, how long do you actually train for a fight? What's the window that you're actually training, intensively leading up to a fight?
For me, like I said, I've never had a date penciled in, 6 or 7 weeks time or anything like that. So I don't really have like a 8 or 9 week training camp like somebody like Kell would have, or Amir Khan would have. Do you know what I mean? So I just stay on it all year round. Do you know what I mean?
So you're ready to go basically whenever they give you the shout. Yeah.
But yeah, when they give you a date, then obviously you step it up a bit more. Like I train twice a day, Monday to Friday. That's just a regular thing for me. But then sometimes I'll incorporate another session in, so it'll be 3 times a day.
And obviously you make it train in relation to obviously the opponent, what you work on certain things depending on who you're fighting, obviously, like at arm's length or in terms of the jabbing and everything.
Do you know when I train, it might sound mean and nasty here, this, right, but for me, training to win sometimes is not enough here, so I get in my mind that I want to make this guy contemplate retirement.
You got to end the show. You have to, because he's probably you never know what he's using to inspire him. It's like Mayweather said, man, it's the hurting business. It
is a business. Like, you can't stress the fact more that place, the ring, is the loneliest place in the world. I mean, you can't understand it. When you get in the ring, there might be thousands of people watching around in the same place here, but when you get in that ring, you're on your own.
It's just you.
So what you've done for the last 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks before determines what happens in the ring. And also, it's like you can't just get there on the day and switch into fight mode. You have to have that fight mode every day when you walk into the gym. you face changes. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I totally understand.
I do a bit of boxing.
Yeah,
I
knew that was coming.
I've got to.
I was just waiting for it.
At the end of the day, you got to, if you got to call it, what it is. I do a little bit of boxing. And some of my favourite welterweights down the years, Mark Breland, Marlon Starling. That I would definitely say they're the boxers I grew up watching and loved their styles. What about yourself? I've lost these two, by the way. Maybe not Jason, but Mo's totally out of his league here. Out of your depth
you think so?
Yeah, of course you are.
The two you just mentioned, obviously, were...
Yeah, Don Curry.
Donald Curry, Thomas Hearns.
Yeah, the Hitman, yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar. Durant. Do you still during it?
Roberto Duran. Then you've got the Pernell Whitakers and you've got the De La Hoyas and then...
I heard from a little birdie that that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a bit of a favourite for you as well.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, definitely.
Well,
what's your take on it?
Yeah, I was going to ask him about last week, Adnan. You know the fight that obviously last week between Mayweather. What is your personal opinion on what happened?
I basically think that Mayweather, the longer the fight would have gone on, Mayweather would have just...
Yeah, he would have won. It looked like he was going to win. But the way it ended...
He was going to have... The ending, was a bit controversial for me, but at the same time, I don't think Floyd Mayweather did anything wrong.
Yeah.
They're in the ring. I mean, thing he stuck the nut on him, out of frustration, because he couldn't land any clean punches, and he couldn't bother Mayweather, so he got frustrated, headbutted him, and then, he apologised once, that's enough.
Apologised a bit too much.
He wants to stand there, hug him and kiss him again.
Yeah. That's not the place for it.
I personally, if it was me, I would have took his head off myself.
Yeah, we love that. Saying that, also...
what about the interview afterwards?
Yeah, well, I mean, what about the interview? Do you think that Mayweather went a bit too far with regards to... Because I thought it was personally embarrassing.
You know what? Looking back at it, I think Mayweather should have kept his cool a bit more and not reacted the way he did. But they at the same time, HBO, I think they got it in for him.
Definitely, I agree with you.
They do pick on him a lot. And
I agree with you.
His props. But then he should realise that, he should also realise that they don't like me. I'm not going to react and I'm not going to stoop to their level.
Exactly.
So, what Larry Merchant did was very, very unprofessional, though.
It was.
Adnan, apparently you've also had a few sparring sessions with Amir Khan. Is that right?
Oh yeah, a few years back actually, when he was
coming up.
When he was preparing for the Braden Prescott fight.
Okay.
Obviously, because Braden Prescott's a tall, rangy fighter.
He lost that in the first round, didn't he? If I remember.
Yeah, that's his only loss on it.
Yeah.
So I only went to spar.
You didn't help that much then, did you?
Was that it?
I went for one session.
I
went for one sparring session, and it was in fantastic condition. That was just a freak.
It was a freak.
I'm sure if Amir Khan fought him now, he'd wipe the floor with him. I'm telling you.
Okay, so can I just ask you a question? So you haven't sparred with Amir Khan, and also you say like. Kell Brook's a stablemate of yours.
Yeah.
How do you find the styles? How do you find them as boxers in comparison?
The styles?
Yeah, the styles and them as boxers, in comparison.
Right, okay. Kell Brook he's got an unusual style. He can do a lot of things.
Hitting different angles.
He can hit at different angles. He doesn't display a lot when he fights, but he's got it all there in the bank. Do you know what I mean? The years and years of training that he's done, and he's been in the gym growing up. Okay. Whilst Nazim Ahmed was there at his height. Do you know what I mean? So
there's a similarity there, definitely.
Yes, but Amir Khan has got such an intense work rate and he's just got the will to win. He's got such a will to win, and his dedication is second to none. I mean, to be honest with you, it'll be a cracking fight if those two ever got together. But they're brilliant in their own different ways. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just before we go, Adnan, I got a question for you with regards to the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. There's been a lot of talk recently about Mayweather refusing to fight Pacquiao because he believes he wants him to take a blood test, etc. Just your opinion. If those two were to meet, because it is dragging on now, who would you? I know you're a Mayweather fan, but who do you fancy out of those two?
You know what? I'm a Mayweather fan, but I'm a big Manny Pacquiao fan. I love Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I watch him. I watch Manny Pacquiao more than
more than Mayweather.
More than Mayweather, but Mayweather is just
professor.
He's the master in it at what he does. Definitely. And he's dominated the sport for 16 years. That's been at the top.
But that's the fight that needs to happen now, doesn't it?
It's a fight that needs to happen, and it should happen.
Why do you think Mayweather's? I mean, it seems like Mayweather's ducking in a certain way.
People that are looking at it from the outside will come to that conclusion that Mayweather's just ducking it and he's scared or whatever. It's not that he's scared. Mayweather, he knows the game inside out, and he can see something.
He thinks that dirty tricks are being played.
Yeah, he wants it to be. Basically, what he says is he wants it to be an even playing field, and we both do the test. We both do the test. Not just him. We both do the test. So that's fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, why doesn't Manny Pacquiao just meet him halfway?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, but it's the promoters, it's not the fighters. I'm telling you, it's the promoters.
Yeah.
They want to build it up so much, that the money.
The money's ridiculous.
You know, I could see Amir Khan fighting Mayweather more.
Yeah, before that.
Sooner than Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Adnan, just before you go, mate, thanks again for joining us. Can you give your fight a plug one more time so,
because it's really about you right now.
Yeah, it's going to be Saturday the 8th of October in Sheffield.
On the undercard,
Yeah, undercard to Kell Brook versus Rafael Jakiewicz. It's going to be live on Sky Sports. So
how you feeling, and how you feeling about that? Confident and in good shape?
I'm always confident. I train, so everything.
Good.
I'm really looking forward to it, so I hope everyone else watches it.
Definitely.
We're going to keep an eye on that. Hopefully, wish you the best, and we'll be hoping you win as well.
Yeah, definitely rooting for you in that fight.
If you televise my fight, I've got an extra treat for everybody. I'm going to bring a bit more razzmatazz back.
Yeah, we like that. Give us a shout out as well. Don't forget us.
No way.
We're going to look out.
I'm going to be a regular listener from now on.
Nice, thanks. We're going to look out for the ring entrance as well.
Yeah. Let us know, man. Big shout to you, man.
Big shout, Adnan. All the best, yeah.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Well, that's very good call. And watching him, he looks tasty. He does. He's very silky. Very silky.
Adnan Amar.
Definitely going to pencil that in for the for that fight, and just
Can we come around yours and watch that, Mo?
You're more than welcome. Obviously, you've got Sky. Jay's got Sky as well. You've got Sky.
I've got the HD box. I've got the HD box. Mo's got the old Digi box.
I got the
old Digi box.
Listen, mate, I got HD. You know what? You got the old Videotron box.
When was it? 8th of November. October. Yeah.
That's a Saturday night, I presume.
Adnan Amar.
Yeah, it's a Saturday on Sky Sports.
Watch out for Adnan Amar. And also big shout out to Samara C, again, our Banging Sports Show correspondent for hooking up. This is the Banging Sports Show. Me, Lonyo, Jay, Flavour. Keep those calls coming in 028 963 9566. Let's get into some jigger.